Have you ever noticed that the harder you chase something, the more it seems to slip away? You push, you strive, and you pursue your dreams with everything you've got, but what if the very act of chasing is what's holding you back? What if the moment you stop is the moment everything you've been working for begins to flow toward you effortlessly? Think of it like this: the more you try to force two magnets to connect when they're oriented to repel, the more they push away from each other. But when you simply let go and allow them to orient themselves naturally, they snap together without any effort. The universe works in a similar way. When you stop struggling and forcing things, you allow what's meant for you to be drawn to you naturally. It's like tending to a garden. You can constantly water a plant and check on it, but it's only when you step back and trust in the natural process of growth that it truly flourishes. Your constant intervention can actually hinder its progress. The key is to provide the right conditions and then trust that nature will do the rest. This is the power of surrendering to the natural flow of life. While you're busy chasing, you have a choice: to keep forcing things or to trust that what's meant for you will arrive in its own time. When you let go of the struggle, you begin to attract everything you desire with ease. So, how do you manifest your desires without obsessing, chasing, or stressing over every little detail? Let's dive into 7 powerful shifts that can change your approach to life. 1. Detach from the outcome. One of the most powerful shifts you can make is to detach from the outcome. It's easy to get caught up in the end result, whether it's landing a job, reaching a personal goal, or building a relationship. We often believe that if we focus hard enough, we can control the result. But the truth is, the more you obsess over results, the more resistance you create. This fixation introduces stress and pressure, limiting your ability to take calm, inspired action. True power comes from focusing on the process, your actions, and your mindset, not the outcome. When you're fixated on the result, you disconnect from the present moment. Your efforts should be rooted in the belief that your actions are enough. Obsessing over the how and when introduces anxiety, causing you to live in a state of worry instead of being present. When you detach from the outcome, you shift your focus to what you can control, your actions and your responses. This allows you to move through life with more clarity, confidence, and ease. This concept is a core tenet of Stoicism. Epictetus once said, "Do not seek for things to happen the way you want them to, rather, wish that what happens happens as it should, and you will be happy." This wisdom reminds us that true happiness comes from accepting life as it is, trusting that everything is unfolding in its own time and that what's meant for you will come naturally. To put this into practice, focus on your actions. Give your best effort without getting attached to when the results will appear. Let go of perfection. Trust that what happens is meant to happen. Stay present. Don't get lost in anxiety about the future, trust the process and timing of life. By embracing the journey and letting go of the need for control, you'll find that the results you desire often come naturally and effortlessly. 2. Master your mindset. Your thoughts shape your reality. In a world full of distractions and worries, the most important thing you can control is your mindset. When you master your thoughts, you gain control over how you experience the world. A calm, focused mind has the power to attract solutions effortlessly, while a scattered, reactive mind can keep you trapped in confusion and frustration. A positive mindset doesn't mean ignoring challenges, it means approaching them with clarity and purpose. How you respond to challenges defines your experience. A clear mind allows you to be more resourceful, creative, and open to opportunities. You stop reacting from a place of fear and start responding with calm, collected power, seeing solutions where others see obstacles. As Marcus Aurelius wisely stated, the happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts. Your happiness isn't dependent on your circumstances but on how you interpret them. The quality of your thoughts is the foundation upon which everything is built. If your mind is filled with doubt and negativity, it will be much harder to manifest success and peace. But if your thoughts are grounded in optimism, clarity, and focus, you'll find yourself moving toward the life you want with ease. To master your mindset. Become aware of your thoughts. Pay attention to what's running through your mind and identify negative patterns. Reframe your thinking. Instead of thinking, "This is too hard," try, "This is a challenge I'm going to overcome." Stay grounded in the present. Focus on what you can control right now to make the future less overwhelming. A calm and focused mind is your greatest asset. When you take control of your thoughts, you take control of your life, allowing opportunities and peace to flow to you naturally. 3. Trust in divine timing. It's easy to get caught up in the rush when you want something badly. We push and hurry, trying to force things to happen. However, rushing often leads to mistakes. It's in the stillness and the waiting that the most profound changes occur. When you trust in the process, you give life the space to unfold at the right time. Everything unfolds when it's meant to. We live in a world of instant gratification, but truly important things, success, wisdom, personal growth, cannot be rushed. They need time to develop and mature. Trying to force a seed to bloom before its time will only damage it. However, if you trust in the timing of nature, you'll witness the beauty of everything coming together when it's meant to. Epictetus reminds us, no great thing is created suddenly. The things that are truly worth having require patience and persistence. You don't need to force anything, just keep showing up and doing the right things, knowing that the right opportunities will come at the right time. The universe has a way of working things out when you stop trying to control everything. To trust in divine timing. Let go of the need for control. Stop trying to force things that aren't ready. Focus on your growth. Invest in yourself and trust that opportunities will arise when you're ready for them. Be patient. Understand that everything has its time, and rushing only leads to frustration. Trusting in divine timing is an act of faith. When you release your need to rush, you create space for the right things to come to you naturally. 4. Act with purpose, not desperation. There is a significant difference between acting with purpose and acting out of desperation. Desperation often stems from a feeling that time is running out or that success is just beyond your reach. In these moments, you push and scramble for results. However, desperation repels success. When you act out of fear and urgency, you attract more frustration and confusion. True success comes from taking calm, consistent, purposeful action. Success isn't a result of force, it's the result of steady movement in the right direction. When you move with a clear purpose, you become a magnet for success, and people can sense that quiet confidence. Desperation, on the other hand, makes you appear frantic, which doesn't inspire trust or attraction. The Stoic philosopher Epictetus said, "First say to yourself what you would be, and then do what you have to do." This is the essence of purposeful action. It's about knowing who you want to become and then taking actions that align with that vision. When your actions are in sync with your inner purpose, your steps become more confident and focused. You are no longer moving from a place of desperation but from a place of deep alignment and self-belief. To act with purpose. Get clear on who you want to be. Define your values and your vision. Trust the process. Focus on taking one purposeful step at a time. Move with quiet confidence. Let go of the need to rush and trust that success will come when your actions are aligned with your purpose. Purposeful action is the key to long-term success. By moving with calm intention, you create the space for success to flow to you naturally. 5. Let go of control. In a world where we constantly try to control every outcome, every situation, and every person, it's easy to get caught in a cycle of worry. We worry about things we can't change and stress over what's beyond our reach. The truth is, worrying over what you can't control is wasted energy. You can't control other people's actions, the future, or even the weather. What you can control is yourself, your actions, your mindset, and your response to the world. When you focus on mastering yourself, you free yourself from the weight of trying to control everything else. The more you try to control the uncontrollable, the more stressed and overwhelmed you become. By focusing on your own growth and peace of mind, everything else falls into place. You stop wasting energy on things that don't matter and start living with more clarity and purpose. Epictetus believed that true freedom is won by disregarding things that lie beyond our control. Freedom doesn't come from controlling the world, it comes from letting go of the need to control it. When you stop worrying about what you can't change, you create the space to live fully in what you can influence. You stop reacting out of fear and start responding with calm wisdom. To let go of control. Focus on what you can control. Your thoughts, actions, and responses. Release the need for a perfect plan. Trust that what's meant for you will unfold naturally. Embrace the unknown. Understand that life is unpredictable, and that's okay. True freedom comes from releasing the need to control everything around you. When you focus on mastering yourself, you open yourself up to peace, growth, and the natural flow of life. 6. Embody the energy of abundance. So often, we find ourselves chasing what we think we lack: more money, more success, more recognition. But the truth is, instead of chasing what's missing, you should live as if you already have it. When you embody the energy of abundance, you stop focusing on scarcity and start focusing on what's already available to you. This simple mindset shift transforms your perspective and opens you up to new opportunities. Living as if you already have what you desire shifts your entire reality. When you believe you possess the abundance you seek, you begin to act in alignment with that belief. You become more confident, focused, and receptive to opportunities. Instead of waiting for something external to make you feel abundant, you tap into your own inner sense of abundance, and this inner wealth attracts more of what you desire into your life. Epictetus famously said, "Wealth consists not in having great possessions, but in having few wants." True wealth is not about accumulating things, it's about cultivating a mindset of contentment. When you embody abundance, you realize that you already have everything you need to create the life you want. This mindset shift frees you from the constant chase, allowing you to appreciate what you have and trust that more is always on its way. To embody the energy of abundance. Practice gratitude. Focus on what you already have rather than what you lack. Let go of attachment to outcomes. Trust that what's meant for you will come, and act as though it's already yours. Shift your mindset. Start living with the belief that you are already abundant and watch your reality begin to reflect that belief. True abundance comes from within. When you stop chasing what you lack and start living from a place of already having it, you shift your energy and attract everything you desire. 7. Take aligned action and let go. We often fall into the trap of doing everything we can to force results. We push, stress, and try to control the outcome, believing that if we work harder, things will happen faster. But the truth is, the more you focus on forcing things, the more resistance you create. True success comes from taking purposeful, aligned action and then letting go of the need for immediate results. When you align your actions with your purpose, you are already moving in the right direction. The key is to stay consistent, trust the process, and have patience. The results you hope for will come in their own time, and often in ways you never expected. The universe doesn't work on your timeline, it works on its own. Seneca, another great Stoic, said, "Effort and patience will achieve more than force and anxiety." The Stoics understood that effort without anxiety and patience without desperation bring greater peace and results. When you're constantly pushing and worrying, you create mental clutter that blocks your progress. But when you let go of anxiety and trust the process, the results will come naturally. To take aligned action and let go. Focus on what you can control. Take actions that align with your values and trust that the rest will fall into place. Practice patience. Understand that results take time. Release the need to control everything. Let go of the outcome and trust that what's meant for you is already on its way. Conclusion: from chase to magnetism. The great paradox of achievement is this: the harder you chase something, the faster it slips away. Like water in a clenched fist, force only makes it scatter. The Stoics knew this long before modern self-help turned it into a catchphrase. They lived by a steadier rhythm, where success was not hunted down, but drawn in through alignment, discipline, and mastery of the self. The principles you've read aren't scattered tips or trendy quotes. They form a single philosophy, a way of living where you stop exhausting yourself in frantic pursuit and instead become the kind of person who naturally pulls opportunity into their orbit. It begins with the mind, the only territory you truly control. Your thoughts shape your perception, and your perception shapes your reality. You learn to stand firm in the storm, to let the trivial pass without stealing your focus, and to keep your energy aimed at what truly matters. You trade the hunter's restless chase for the magnet's quiet pull. That means living in alignment with your values, embodying the habits of your future self, and refusing to sell out your integrity for quick wins. It means building patience into your strategy, not as an excuse for delay, but as an engine for compounding results over time. It also means detachment, desiring deeply without clinging desperately. You set bold goals, yet your identity is not chained to their timeline. You understand life moves in seasons, and not every door is yours to open. You stop pounding on the locked ones and start walking through the ones already ajar. You curate your circle with the precision of a master craftsman. You rise higher in the presence of those who lift you, challenge you, and sharpen you, and you step away from those who keep you small. Your energy becomes your true currency. You spend it with precision, guarding it from distraction, negativity, and empty busyness. You invest it in actions that create real momentum, and you rest without guilt, knowing recovery is not weakness, but part of the discipline. And through it all, you play the long game. You let the quiet compounding of skill, trust, and reputation work in your favor. You stop demanding instant returns for work that can only mature over years. Attraction is not luck, and it's not magic. It's the predictable result of living so clearly, so consistently, and so authentically that the life you want cannot help but find you. The hunter burns out. The magnet grows stronger. Decide which you will be, and start living that way today.